We have the anime protagonist of Mega64 with us here tonight, Shawn Chatfield. Now, Shawn, I don't know how this keeps happening to you because I know you're not really an anime fan, but you seem to find your way playing the roles of the main heroes of the animes that you guys spoof on. What's going on with that?
I truly don't know. I don't know how this is happening to me.
Much like an anime character, like the hero of the anime a lot of times is like an unwitting, like just you go along with it. So
that's what Rocco keeps telling me. He's like, you should be this because you don't want to be it, and they don't want to be themselves either. And so that's why, I guess. But it's wild. Like this, anytime it's anime, I'm without question going to be the lead, and I never ask for it. Even with the Evangelion one. I think I said last time, like, I begged to not be Shinji. I was like, please don't let me be this. Like, I don't want to be this. Goku, whatever. Who cares? Like, that's just a dumb...
Sure.
Right.
But Shinji really sucks. Goku's fine. He's fine.
Yeah, Goku, he's all right. He's a father, much like yourself. Perhaps you could tap into that part of his character, you know. But Shinji, you know, maybe you guys were not so alike each other. I could see some problems there.
Yeah, I hope we're not alike, because they're terrible.
But you slip right back into the role with Goku because you guys previously did the Frieza saga in 5 minutes, the Cell saga in 5 minutes, and then we all know what's coming next, the Buu saga in 5 minutes. That's right, Shawn, the Buu saga. Yeah, I know you were waiting for this one. I have to imagine.
It's so funny because when we do these, you know, it is fun making these in 5 minutes videos.
It comes off that way, definitely.
Oh, good. You know, it's a great time. And like, you know, me and Garrett are spending, Garrett, who's on the show all the time.
We love Garrett. Yeah.
He says hello, by the way. But he was, there you go. But me and him are, you know, making the costumes, making the props. He did most of the costumes this time. And it's a great time, and filming it is fine. Like, I don't mind being on camera, being the main guy so much. And honestly, like, I don't know. This is the best time that I've had doing one of these roles. I think this saga in particular is my favorite one to do, I think.
Yeah, the Buu saga in Dragon Ball Z is a little bit more divisive than some of the others. I was honestly wondering if you guys were going to do it because I know it's like not quite as popular as like the Cell saga or the Frieza saga.
Right.
And but I'm glad you did because I had no idea you guys were doing this until I think Rocco posted a picture of like some candy on the floor, and I'm like, could it be? And it certainly was, and it was a lot of fun watching Derek in the big pink fat suit, Kevin as Piccolo as usual. You were Goku again. Garrett as Vegeta. Rocco was Trunks. You know, the whole. You guys had a whole great roundup, a whole great cast. And I think
it's...
go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, it's a cool... This is a kind of cool one because we don't really have that many recurring videos like this. We have a couple, like Todd and Aaron or whatever that we've done in the past. But this is like such a big cast, and to have everyone come back as their same character is kind of fun.
And I was gonna say, and speaking of Todd and Aaron, I mean, that is like something that I look forward to every New Year's Eve. I'm like, I'm refreshing YouTube. Where's the new Todd and Aaron? It's become a tradition for like as long as you guys.
We'll be at a New Year's Eve party, and Kevin will be on his phone, like, where is it? I don't. Yeah, guys, we'll be counting down.
Pull up YouTube on TV.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
I gotta see it. But no, it must be fun to kind of return to these roles because I know the Cell Saga video was like 3-4 years ago. I want to say pre-pandemic, right?
It was definitely pre-pandemic. And that's our biggest video we've ever done, view count wise. And so it kind of seemed inevitable to go back to. Everyone was asking for the Buu saga. And you know, it's easy for me. Rocco's the one who like knows all the source material, so like he writes the script after he watches like all like 30,000 episodes, and then me and Derek are there like going like, I don't know what any of this means, cut this out, and then so we'll like trim down. But like the script we get originally, if we filmed it as it is like probably like 45 minutes, and then we try to just like make it a story that makes sense out of that, and see like what characters we can get rid of and like what would be too hard to film, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
It is a challenge doing these just because like we have this rule that we just gave ourselves of not being able to use any computer effects whatsoever. And so it makes it super hard sometimes, but also like when you can pull it off, it's awesome, you know?
Yeah, I know that's like the charm of it because it's like, there's none of it. And it's just all like props and stuff. I know like for the Cell Saga video, you guys, for the first form of Cell's mouth, you guys like cut a basketball in half and used it.
I did.
Kind of
yeah, we could. Yeah. Dude, I should, I mean, maybe this isn't that interesting, but I made that mask and it was one of those like an N95 mask before that was like everyone had one. And I used some kind of epoxy to make it stick, the ball stick to the, because it's rubber and it's smooth rubber. It wasn't whatever. Derek had that on his mouth for so long, and I think he got high. Like I think that was like you should not be breathing that glue in. And like only like halfway through the day, I was like, I shouldn't have put. I think I dosed you. I'm sorry, I didn't realize what I've done.
Did the pink paint have any effect on his mental state this time?
Not this time. Garrett did that, and he used like good paint or good like makeup. It was so easy.
Right.
Derek would get it applied at the park, and by the time he would leave the park, it would be off. It'd be fine,
For sure. Yeah, you guys like run so efficiently, it seems like, because I haven't watched the whole behind the scenes video yet, which I'm very excited to do so. But I know like I've seen some of the other ones, and it's like you guys like it's like a machine, like the way you guys like we plan it out, we do this, we break this down, we put this up, and it's just like go. And I think that's a really underappreciated part of the videos where it's like, these are all like household or whatever, like objects and costumes you had lying around, but like the efficiency of it, even I forget the guy who's playing like Supreme Kai, just how it's cutting back and forth between him and like the old Supreme Kai, and it's like it just he's a mustache and like wrinkles on his face, and it's like that's
right,
like
so that was like detail. Obviously like we filmed the half of it with me and him, and then we filmed the other half with me and him. It's our friend Nathan. And so it's there is a lot of times, and there's a part in the behind the scenes that if you haven't seen it yet, that's fine. But where Garrett is like making sure he's good to take off his makeup covering his tattoos because it takes him so long to do it.
Oh yeah,
but there's just so many times that we tell him, "Oh yeah, you're good," and then he wasn't good, and you gotta put it back on. That's been our half an hour. Sorry,
shit.
We do that so often. That you can clearly see his anger, and if you watch the behind the scenes video.
Yeah, I saw you guys talk about that on the podcast a little bit. That made me want to watch it because I'm like, I love those moments of like the candid emotion when it's like everything is like, oh, please work. Because I know we definitely understand that here on the show where it's like
method acting.
Yeah, we're just playing. We're just playing pretend when
you're Daniel Day-Lewis. I'm what's the guy that played the Joker?
Paul Dano.
Wait, not
the Joker?
Paul Dano, the Joker.
Yes.
No, I meant the guy that played the Joker.
Well,
who's the guy that played the Joker? I can't remember.
Oh, I thought
Jared Leto.
I thought you were doing There Will Be Blood thing.
I thought so too. I thought so too. He was a priest and a Joker in There Will Be Blood.
I was thinking
it's all so homogenous.
The great method actors of our time. Daniel Day-Lewis and Jared Leto. Those are the only two.
Mm-hmm. The masters of their craft.
What do we talking
but I also want to speaking of the video, I think like
yes
I watched it when it came out, and I'm sure I, like many others, was as the cameos started to happen,
tearing up.
That was the part of the movie, or the part I would almost call the movie, that's how great it was. So that was the part of the video where I was like, whoa, like back to back, you guys had so many like
iconic internet.
Yeah, and like gaming celebrities. It was amazing. And it was like, that was the perfect scene to do that for. And it was like...
Yeah, totally, yeah.
That was just because like that moment in Dragon Ball Z is so iconic with the Spirit Bomb where everybody's lending him his energy at the end of the series, everybody across Earth. And it was like, what better way to bring in like all these people you worked with and know? That was a genius move. And I loved seeing like, oh, it's like the angry video game nerd. It's Hideki Kamiya. It's like, Hideo Kojima. Like all these people are showing up. And I wanted to ask you, like, how long was that to set up? Because I know every person's their clip was only maybe 10 seconds long, maybe something like that. You cut it up, but to get everybody to have something like that.
Please take a video of yourself throwing your arms in the air.
Yeah,
much like you would.
That's exactly right. That was months. It's funny when Rocco first gave us the script. I read that part and got chills. Like, oh, this part's gonna be. This is like brings it all home. This is this is the way to end this trilogy. Is this, and it's a really neat moment, honestly. And was it prepared to be emotionally touched by one of our own videos.
I wasn't either. I was. Like, what is going on? I had goosebumps. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
And like a lot of it, I think we put in there. So Rocco essentially did all of that. He he was emailing for months trying to get all that all organized and try to explain to like Gabe Newell, like, or his assistant, like, hey, how do you explain what we're trying to do? And like, so he could have done like a mass email, but he wrote one personally to customize it to each person that he wanted to write it for. Like with Hideo Kojima, like, hey, we've worked with you so many times in the past, and we love you to be in this one because you mean a lot to like our fan base, whatever. Really nice stuff. And so there were the big names, obviously, like Kojima, or like I've Gabe Newell, as I said, but there were some that was like just in it, I think kind of just for us. I mean, there was like Eric, who we used to, work with us.
Yeah, Eric Badura, right.
And then Brian, just, our friend Nicole, who was in the Ava video, but we've known her since high school. She went to high school.
Yeah, she's been in like a lot of your videos, right?
Yeah, totally. She's been since the beginning. She's been in videos with us because she was in the plays with us that we used to do in theater back in high school. So like, we wanted to get her in there just because like, hey, Nicole's been with us the entire way. We got to have her in there too. But that's kind of just for us. But like, Mega64 would be different without Nicole. So we're gonna get her. We're gonna get like Meg, who like has been our graphic designer for so long. Just people who are like close to us, and then like the Behemoth is in there.
Yeah, I saw that too.
They made the game like Castle Crashers, and they were like the first people. Like our first Comic-Con that we ever did back in 2004. They were across the way from us, and like we made friends. We became friends then, and so like they've been like these like headphones that I'm wearing to do this podcast were given to us at their Christmas party because they invite us to a Christmas party every year because they're so close with us, So
yeah, I just played Castle Crashers for the first time like this week, and I beat it the other day, and the credits were rolling, and it says at the end, special thanks Mega64, and I'm like, oh, perfect timing. And then I'm like, yeah, because I saw your behind the scenes video, and I didn't realize
awesome.
I didn't realize that was them either because I was like, okay, yeah, Dan Paladin and the other fella.
Yep, and John. Yeah,
the other fella.
Yeah, the other fella. Yeah,
the other friend John.
Sorry, John. Yeah,
he'll forgive you.
Yeah,
he's a cool guy.
That's great though that you can sort of like enrapture. Like, I don't know if enrapture is the right verb. I don't know if you were to ask me to define that. I don't know if I can.
And nobody will. Nobody will.
Nobody will. Nobody will send an angrily worded voicemail our way for me fucking up.
We'll see about that.
It's cool that you could like bring together like the ending of that saga with sort of like the celebration of Mega64 itself. I think that a lot of people saw that in it and like got, like you said, like an emotional high off of that it's like this cartoon that a lot of us, maybe not all of us, but a lot of us like grew to know and love, that was sort of like cornerstone of a lot of our childhood, and also just sort of like the channel itself and the brand itself. And that's cool that those got to sort of like mesh together in that way. I think that that's really awesome.
Yeah, I think it's special, and we are months away from our 20th anniversary.
Holy shit!
I really think that like it's kind of like I know. Yeah, it's weird. It's wild.
That's crazy, man.
I know, it's nuts, and so like it's weird, but it was like a perfect timing, I think, for that to come out. Where it's like it's been 20 years of us doing this essentially, and these are all the people who helped us get there. And we became friends with along the way.
Yeah, I mean, I think I found you guys in like 2004, 2005 on like IGN message boards or something on the internet. Like was posting your guys like quick time videos, and I'm like, okay, this seems interesting. So yeah, as a long time viewer too, it's cool to just see like all these like people and places and all this stuff in the same video at the very end. And yeah, I mean, obviously this wraps up the Dragon Ball Z trilogy. You guys
now you all have to do Dragon Ball GT. Oh man,
no, I'm sure that's
people have told us to go back and do the Saiyan saga. Is the Saiyan saga thing that we should do? I don't know.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Would it?
Yeah, because that's like a slightly shorter one.
I think it would be.
Mm-hmm. Or even maybe the original.
I was told by Rocco that it'd be easier. Maybe.
I could see that.
I just think that it ended so well. This one ended it so good. It's like, I hate to like bring it back. I'm like, it's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get
sure
that.
It's good.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be like your we'll see one day.
It'll be like your Phantom Menace when you guys are, you've run through the trilogy and then you guys need to come back to it. You'd be like, how about a prequel? It's treated like a prequel,
Yes, that's exactly right.
I guess the prequel would be just Dragon Ball.
I mean, hey, I'd be up for that too. I think a lot of us would. But yeah, obviously great video.
I don't know what happens. As long as thank you. As long as Goku's not naked, I don't care what we do. Truly, next. That's the last thing I want to do is be naked again. So that's fine.
Be a naked anime character. Yeah. That seems like that's completely out of your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I don't want to be that. And I had
to. I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. But yeah, I'm very excited to see whatever you guys have coming next, anything like that. And I know, because I know also you guys did the Metal Gear Solid in 5 minutes as well. So, hey, I would love to see more of those personally. Okay. I will tell.
Metal Gear 2, is what you're saying? Or
yeah, I'm just floating that out in the ether. If there's ever a Metal Gear Solid 2 in 5 minutes, I'll click on it. I'll watch it for sure.